Okay, let's start today's lesson. So sorry. Okay, let's start. So today, gonna continue with the crime section. First chapter today is 四. So 四 means inspect or wait. So it's basically it is you are standing by, carefully observe and take care, waiting. Okay, so that's the meaning. So for example, 伺候, 伺候, that means you are tentatively just waiting and serve the person. So why the waiting there? So it means that you are constantly observing and waiting for things that you can do to serve the person. Okay, so that's the meaning. So 伺机, so 伺机 means that you are waiting for opportunity. So it's the same kind of meaning. So you had a desire, and then you are constantly watching and observing to wait for that opportunity to come, and then you just go out and capture it. Okay, so that's the meaning of 四. So let's take a look at the character itself. So this one, you can see that on the left hand side is a person, right? So every time you see this means that that's person. Okay, and then on the right hand side is the character called 司. 司 means has a meaning of control, execute, observing, that kind of meaning. Okay, and so basically you put them together, so that means you are observing and serving the person. Okay, so basically observing and serving the person is really mostly is serving the person's daily need. Okay, all right, so next one. Next one, B. B means slave girl or servant girl, slave girl. Okay, so this is referring to in ancient times. It refers to those slave in the household. Specifically those girl slaves that they are oppressed, right? They have to serve. So it's not like they want to serve. It's they captured or for other reasons that they have to do that. Okay, so it refers to this group of people. So let's take a look at this character. Now this one, obviously on the left hand side is a girl. It's a kneeling down girl, and on the right hand side is the word 悲. 这个悲 悲 has the meaning of this we studied before. 悲 means 悲. If you look at the 悲, that character, it looks like a girl holding a wine vessel over her head. Okay, over her head. So this is also a kind of a serving, right? So serving, but you can see that by the posture, you can see that the girl is very much at the very bottom of the social ladder, right? And so the character itself means that it refer to low grade or humble or low class, that kind of meaning. So, okay, so this thing, two things together, that means servant girl or slave girl. Okay, so this one actually, from the very ancient time up to now, it kept the original form. So pretty much it's the original form. Okay, it's something that's very amazing. Like thousands of years, haven't changed much. Okay, so this is B. B. 躲 躲 means two meanings. One means hide, the other means avoid. Okay, hide and avoid. 避 躲 so let's take a look at this character. So on the left hand side, this is a body. Okay, this is a body. And on the right hand side is a door. Okay, door, the original meaning is flower, kind of withered flower. The flower is kind of withered, bending down. So to mean hide. Okay, it's not like when the flower is very very lively and strong, the head is going up, right? They want to show off. But when withered, everything goes down, to mean hide. So, and the body on the left hand side, so put them together, that means you want to hide your body. Okay, so that's the original meaning of this character. Okay, so the right hand side character 躲 also telling the pronunciation. So this is a 躲 躲猫猫 躲猫猫 that's play as play peekaboo. Yeah. Okay. Next one.
请练习今天新学的字。
B means dodge, avoid. Okay, dodge, avoid, or leave the situation. Also means hide, but this hide and that door has slight difference. Different. Door. Let's see, what's the difference? Door. Yeah, they're very similar. For well, I think about it carefully, it's actually very, very similar. But when you look at the original character, how they made this character, you can see that something different. Now this one on the left hand side, there's this character called the 赤 just on the left hand side. Now, see that I talked to you many times. This means road. Okay, this means road. And then in the middle, there's a person. The person right in the middle. Okay, and then on the right hand side is a character called 心. 心 is actually is a tool for punishment. Okay, it's a tool for punishment. Let's see, 刑具怎么说的？Instrument or torture. Okay. All right. So this is on the right hand side is that kind of thing. Instrument of torture. Okay. And so in the middle is the person. So these three things together, that means the person is on the road to avoid, to flee from punishment. Okay. From punishment, from torture. So that's the original character trying to say. Okay. So this is B. Now you can see that the little difference is that when you say B, that means it's you're on the run. You have to move to avoid. Okay, to hide, to avoid it. Where this 躲 just simply means hide, dodge, right? Hide to avoid. So there's a little bit difference there. For example, 避险 避险 that means you try to avoid risk. Okay, try to avoid risk. But you seldomly say 躲险. That's kind of odd. Okay, so there's some kind of convention there.
请练习今天新学的字。
怨 means grudge. First one means grudge, hate. Okay, and then another meaning is blame. You blame somebody, or reproach, complain. Okay, complain. And then one more meaning is as a noun, it means animosity. Okay, enemy, enmity, enemy, foe. Okay, so basically there's somebody, something that you hate. Okay, so this is a 怨. Now I just had a thought. So I think when you study language, so this is particularly like we are studying Chinese characters one by one. Now when you study it, you try to, I think it might help you to try to try to get a feeling of what this character is saying, representing, by putting all the English translations together. Okay, you just consider all different English translations together, and then you think that, okay, so everything put together, what kind of feeling you have, what kind of the concept, okay, scope that you have, then get a sense of it. All right, so and then you try to remember that thing. Okay, now I think this is important because I mentioned to you before, language is a system of scoping out, dividing and scoping out concepts. Okay, so different cultures, that division and that scoping is different. Okay, so similar things, but when they actually put together, try to abstract it, they did it differently. So it's very rare actually with two languages that two things like precisely means the exact same thing. That's very rare actually. Most of the concepts that's not exactly corresponding. So I think it will be helpful when you study all those. You just one character and you just consider all the English translations and then try to get sense of how this character is it means. Okay, and and this I think will help you a lot. All right, so next one. Oh, we need to take a look at the character. Yuan. Okay, so this one, there's a heart at the bottom. So that means something with your heart, okay, something with your emotions. Okay, and so Yuan on the top is the character Yuan to represent pronunciation. Okay, and so you can see that 这个愿 the original 愿 on the top, it means like you lying down on the side and with your knees bending. Okay, knees bending and cannot stretch out. Okay, so that's the original. So this means that you can see that if you kept your body in that position and cannot stretch, that would be very very awful. Okay, so probably hate, grudge, complain, all that stuff will occur, right? So this is what the picture is saying. Okay, so this is 医院. Next one.
请练习今天新学的字。
吃 means drive out, or 藤拉shing. Okay, 藤拉shing, drive out, 藤拉shing, dismiss. That's one meaning, broad meaning. So, and secondly is actually means broad, many, big. Okay, that kind of meaning. So for the first meaning, it's like 驳斥. 驳斥 means reproach. 训斥, right? 训斥, that means you. Yeah, this is also that 训斥驳斥还斥充斥充斥 that means that you has so many and so filled with, okay, called 充斥. So this character has two meanings. So this one, you see that the original meaning, the character has this 广. 广 we also see this part of character many times. That means a house, right? That means a house, a shelter. So, but that shelter has one piece of wall on the left, but on the right is open. Okay, and if it's a house, then on both sides you will see two walls. Now this one inside the house is inside the house is a axe. Okay, is an axe, and so the original meaning is actually this is to open up the house to extend the house, to renovate, like to expand the house. So that's the very original meaning of the character. Okay, so that's why it has the second meaning of open up or broad, big, that kind of meaning. Okay, and the reproach, I would say this is probably like drive out. It's probably like you are knocking down part of the house and get things get unwanted things thrown away and rebuild new ones, right? So you can think that kind of meaning, and then you turn into means that if you not satisfied or have grudge or that kind of feeling, and then you just wanted to get rid of it, right? And then you will say something probably not nice, right? Try to drive people away. So that's the meaning. Okay, 是 Okay.
请练习今天新学的字。
则 first of all is ask for, demand, reproach, blame, okay, reprove, okay, punish, question closely, okay, interrogate, order, right? So this is talk about you can think like there's something that the person that ought to do, okay? That's the person's duty to conduct something, okay? But you are not satisfied and you are not happy about it, and you are telling the person that you are not happy about it, okay? So this is the 则 as a verb, okay? Now as a noun, that means just what I said. That means the duty of the person, okay? it's the responsibility of the person that who supposed to, okay, what the person supposed to do. That's called 责. All right. So this original character, let's take a look at it. So this one, you can see that on the top is a 树 树 means 树 means like, you know, 树 means bundled up, okay, right? 树 means bundled up, and on the bottom is shell. It's 贝 it's a shell, seashell. And so seashell, that, you know, in ancient times they use for money. So bundled up money, and so that means it's taking money, right? Asking money, okay? Asking money. So so that's mean that's so the original character means asking, okay? Asking something, asking money, ask a good, okay? Ask favor, ask whatever, just do that, okay? And so later, and this thing become, because asking money, so become mean debt, okay? To mean debt. And so later on, and then further evolve to mean responsibility, okay? It's like, you know, if you owe somebody's money, right? It's your responsibility to pay back. So that's why this means responsibility, means duty, okay? All right, so this is 责.
请练习今天新学的字。
前 means accuse, accuse or asking reprovingly. Condemn, relegate, okay? Condemn. So 谴责 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 right? So the 责谴 right? 谴责 the 责 is the one that we just studied. So that means you accuse somebody that they are not fulfilling their duties, okay? 斥责 right? 斥责 that means you are reprove, they are not fulfilling their duties, okay? Let's see, take a look at the character itself. So this one again, on the left hand side, very left hand side, is the talking face, okay? That means this one has talking, okay? And then on the right hand side, is the word 钱, okay? 钱, of course, this 钱, that means how this word pronounced, right? And but also has meanings. So 这个钱 on the right hand side has a meaning of venting, like venting out your emotions, okay? Venting out your anger, that kind of thing, okay? And so now this, and on the talking face on the left, and then venting on the right, so put together, that means what? That means you are basically using your mouth, venting out your grudges, your unsatisfaction, your whatever, right? So reproaches, okay? So this is called a 钱, okay? And then so this is the 钱. Okay. Let's see, did we finish the sentence? Yeah. So 四避躲避四避躲避愿斥责谴. Okay, so what this means, 四避四避 that means what? So 避 means slave girl, 四 means waiting, right? So 四避 that means the sovereign girl, basically. 四避sovereign girl is 躲避四why 躲避? Probably her master is pretty pretty bad, okay, treat her very badly, so that's why she wanted to avoid as much as possible. 愿斥则遣 okay, 愿斥则遣 so 愿斥 that means 怨 means grudge, means hate, means so that kind of emotion. 斥 means that you're venting out your grudges, okay. 责 means that you are blame person not fulfilling their duties, okay. 遣 means sending out, means so 遣 has a meaning of X or 遣, just like drive out, okay, also has that meaning. So 责遣, that means you reproach the person and drive the person out, okay. So 愿斥责遣, that means you are having so much grudge and then basically drive the person out, okay. So next one, 酗 酗means binge drinking, okay. 酗means heavy drinking and being drunk and do bad stuff, okay. Being drunk and then just do what the drunkard do, okay. So this is called 酗 酗. Now let's take a look at it. So this one on the left hand side is the wine vessel. So every time you see the left hand side, this part like this, is you know this is a wine vessel. This character is like, just literally is a picture of a wine vessel, okay. That's a pot. Now 凶 凶 on the right hand side, we studied that before. That means very very cruel, very aggressive, okay, very terrifying, right? So that's 凶 and now we put together, that means 凶 also has a meaning like with high intensity, extreme, has that kind of meaning, okay. So now you put this together with the 酒, okay, with the wine, so that means the person is drinking so much, okay, and addicted to it, okay. So this is called 酗 not only addicted to it but also 发酒疯 就是 do a lot of crazy things when they got drunk. So this is 酗. 殴 殴 means beat up, hit with either hit with a bare hand or with some things. So let's take a look at the okay, so this one you can see that has let's see, on the left hand side is the word o is o. Now o is you can see that it is it is containers to store things, okay. In ancient time, that's what those containers, okay. Oh, and you can imagine like those are terracotta containers, okay. They're probably pretty heavy, okay, to store things in the house. So that's why they have, inside the house they got 3 of those, right? That's the character, okay. Now, and on the right hand side you can see is a hand holding some kind of tool, okay, some kind of stick, right? And so this means to use those, either use stick or use those like container, terracotta containers, okay, to beat up a person. So that's what the original character is saying. So basically this means you're hitting the person with fists and with use your feet, use your knees, and use your blunt objects. Yeah, just beat the heck out of the person. Okay, so that's what the character means. The O. All right, so next one. 惹 means attract or cause or asking something that undesirable. Okay, like a 惹祸惹麻烦是吧？惹麻烦 that means you're or provoke, right? Provoke something. Okay, offend someone. Basically, is you are causing some undesirable things to happen. Okay, this is called 惹. Okay, 惹. It could mostly it's meant to be like intentionally. Okay, intentionally. Most of the time. Of course, sometimes like if it's you can use it for unintentional things also. But most of the time it means intentional. Okay, 惹 for example, 惹口舌 that means cause argument. Okay, 惹笑 that means you are causing people to laugh. Okay, so let's take a look at the character itself. So now see on the bottom there's a heart. Okay, so that means this thing has something to do with your heart, with your emotion. Okay, so on the top is it says on the top it goes there's a grass on the very top. Okay, grass on the very top, and then in the middle there's a 右. 右 has the meaning of help. Help. That means like your heart is so troubled. It's like overgrown grasses, overgrown grass that's so messy and confused, and you just don't know what to do. Okay, and needs help. Okay, so that's the original meaning of the character. Now, so this is to mean that to mean the act of causing that kind of mental state. Okay, so 惹.祸 means calamity. Calamity as a noun. But if it is a verb, that means bring calamity. Okay, calamity. Okay, so let's take a look at the character itself. 祸 mean, and you can see the very old word of this word. That means has a basically it's a bone or turtle shell, and on it they carve a character called a 伯, and that 伯 that character we already studied. That means divination, right? Divination. And so you carved onto a piece of either wood or shell, that kind of thing. That means divination. Divination also means like it means calamity. Sometimes means fortune. Okay, so here means calamity. Okay, calamity. So later they add the altar on the left hand side, and then to mean that this is some calamity that is act of God, basically. Okay, so it's something that beyond people something people can control. Okay, so this is called 祸, right? 祸. Next one, B. B means fall forward. Okay, fall forward and die. Called a 避. Now this one, remember a few days ago we studied another word, 避. It also means forward, fall forward and die. Okay, so these two characters, in ancient days, they actually use interchangeably. Okay, now this one also has means something else, which is fraud. Okay, which is fraud, like 作弊. That means you committing a fraud. Right? So like when you take an exam and you cheat the exam, called 作弊. Now also means bad, very bad things, low grade things, worn out, torn out, okay, things. It's called 弊. 弊. Like a 必走自珍. That means even though this is worn out, pretty old stuff, but you treasure it. Called 必走自珍. So let's take a look at this character itself. This one, and you can see this one looks like 金. It's a 金. See, this is 金. 金 means it's a piece of cloth. Okay, and then a piece of cloth that has dots. Okay, on the top and on the bottom. So that means that it's, this piece of cloth is not clean, it's dirty. Okay, and so that's the left hand side, and the right hand side is a hand, right? It's a hand holding a stick. It's holding a stick. Okay, so maybe it's holding a stick hitting the dirty cloth, maybe. Okay, and maybe to try to clean it. That's probably what we're trying to say. Okay, and so to mean that this thing is not so good, it's old, it's dirty, it's low grade. Okay, so that kind of meaning. Okay, this is called a 弊. And then of course further extended to mean fraud, bad, and then further extend to mean that, fail and die. So they're getting worse and worse. Okay, so that's this character is 弊. Okay, and so you can see that the 弊that we studied a few days ago. So that means die because of getting weaker and weaker. Okay, and then you die. And this one is getting worn out. Okay, and dies. Okay, so slightly difference there. 会 originally means overgrown weeds. Okay, now nowadays it means dirty, filthy, ugly, abominable. Okay, corrupt, foul, fault, sin, debauchery. So all those explanations, you put them all together. So that's what this character means. So basically, it's very, very undesirable, very, very dirty, filthy, like will make you disgust. Okay, so that kind of thing, called 会. So this original character, let's take a look at it. So you can see that this is on the left hand side is the original meaning has a grass on the top. Okay, grass on the top, and then has a 岁. 岁就是一年的意思. 1 year means 1 year. 岁. Now, and then on the left hand side there's a 禾, that means crop, right? So you got a year, you got a crop. So that means you have I think this is probably crop being mature. Related to that. Then on the top there's a grass, so that means that the weeds grown inside the rice field or something. Okay, and so basically that's definitely something not desirable, right? Not desirable. Okay, and so the original meaning of this character is it's not about dirty, but it's about weeds inside the field, okay, and inside the field for crops, and they have the weeds are so much and then overtaking the crops. So that's ancient times, this is like really, really bad, right? Because people's livelihood is dependent on it. So it's a very disgusting thing. So that's why later they become to mean like really bad, dirty, filthy, undesirable. Okay. 会 next one. 泛 泛 means float, flood, okay, filled up, extensive, okay, extensive, general, like really broad, fanciful, illusory, just all over the place, that kind of thing, okay. That also means like impractical, superficial, like a 泛泛之谈. That means small talk. That means like just chat, let's talk about everything, but does not have real meaning, okay? Called 泛. Now, let's take a look at this character. So, obviously has water on the left-hand side, so that's something to do with water, okay? And now, on the right-hand side is the word 泛. 泛 is the protective gear that it's for the person that who announced the target, whether the archery, whether the archery that the person who's shooting the arrow hit the target or not. So that's the person, that's what the person wear, okay, to protect your gear, called 泛. 那么 this thing, is the big square thing, right? Made out of leather or some tough stuff, right? But this one is pretty light, tough, but pretty light. So the person can hold up, right? If it's too heavy, that you can't hold it. Okay, so and then it can float. It will float in the water. So that means, later on to mean that anything that is float on the water goes everywhere. Okay, so that's what the character is trying to say. Basically, trying to say it's light things float on the water, goes everywhere. Okay, so that's the original meaning of 泛. Okay, so now it's to mean like superficial, broad, everywhere, that kind of meaning. Okay, 泛. 烂 烂 also, you see the left side has a water. Okay, so this one also means like float, gush out, emerge, overflow, flood, soak. Okay, also means spread out extensively, wanton. Also, now this one has another meaning, means like arbitrary, willful, just do whatever they want. Okay, that's why it's wanton. Just do whatever they want. Okay, no constraints. Okay, so this is called 烂. Now let's take a look at the character. So of course on the left hand side is the water. On the right hand side is the word 尖. Now 尖 so has a meaning of you look down from top. Okay, look down from top. And then also means means that with water put together, that means water flowing down. Okay, water flowing down. So that's the meaning. So basically its meaning means water, lots of water going out and flow everywhere. Okay, that's what the character is trying to tell you. Okay, so now let's take a look at the sentence. Alright, so 蓄欧惹祸啊，蓄欧惹祸必会泛滥啊，蓄欧惹祸啊，蓄就是 getting drunk and you know just do a lot of bad things, okay, and then beat up people, okay, having fights 叫蓄欧啊，惹祸呢 you are the person are attracting or causing calamity, causing lots of trouble, maybe causing lots of crime. Okay, so this is called 蓄欧惹祸必会泛乱必 so 必 means something that is definitely fraud, undesirable things, crappy things, right? Worn out things, low grade things, right? 会 means dirty things, ugly things. So 必会 is really means anything like this very ugly, filthy, undesirable, disgusting things. Okay, and then 泛滥泛滥 together is a word, so that means it's spreading out everywhere. Okay, and spreading out everywhere means 泛滥. Okay, out of control, spreading everywhere, called 泛滥. So 必会泛滥 that means the society is really chaotic and a lot of crime, bad things happen. Okay, this is very ugly, like almost feel like unlivable. Okay, that kind of thing. So this is describing that. Okay, so this is for today. Thank you very much. Happy learning.